Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Good morning, everyone, and finally, welcome to Clay M Canucks Commentary in the morning for Monday night, November the 17th. I am just checking. Can you guys hear me okay? This has been a bit of a disaster this morning. I think we're okay. So thank you for your patience. I will get into the show and then I'll explain why I was late and we'll just get going. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, no, not work, school, or bed, work or school. You should be out of bed by now. Well, if you're watching this. And thank you for watching, knowing that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for whatever you are doing today. Once again, this is Clay M Canucks Commentary, my morning show presented by Van City Experts Real Estate. A couple quick hiccups or a couple quick admin things. So I'm not going to do vertical streams anymore. I had a good chat with my YouTube consultant, James, out in Hong Kong, who works for YouTube. We had a great chat about my goals and my delivery and what I plan to do with this channel. And we agreed that the vertical streams is simply, there's no benefit to it that outweigh the cost. And the cost basically is splitting my audience here on YouTube. And I say that, my friends, because that is why I was late this morning. Last night I set up both the vertical and the horizontal streams for this morning, and then I deleted the vertical stream, but then StreamYard was trying to find the vertical stream and wouldn't let me go live horizontally. So that was the issue. I think I've worked out all the kinks and I'll be much smoother for tomorrow. So I will go for half an hour. I'll just go 10 minutes later than I expected to. Also, I tried a yellow and an orange background to represent the sun, but it's simply not strong enough. So I got to play around with that as well. It doesn't matter. I don't think you guys are here for the look, or maybe you are. I'm not in my pajamas, but I do have my hot chocolate, not my coffee. I'm ready to go to work. So I'm gonna as soon as I'm done the stream, I got to pack up and get to the office, even though I'm going to go 10 minutes later than I expected to. I'm so glad that you're here. And yes, that was the reason for the technical difficulty, and I won't have those anymore. And it's good. I get to redeem myself because there's already a Canucks game tonight. So that means there's another show tomorrow morning. So before I get into it, let me just see. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for everyone that's been here. We got Rosario on his way to work. No pajamas. Sorry to disappoint you, Shannon. Swervin Yrvin says, happy Monday. It's my Friday off for 2 days after today at work. Nice. I know, Shannon, you weren't a friend of the Virgo. I was thinking about you as I was talking to him. Rosario says, I got to represent the GLCPC. Nick's here. That is awesome. Dino is here. A lot of people here already, and maybe a lot of people watching on replay. So once again, for those of you watching on replay, yes, I had a late start, and that whole preamble because I started 10 minutes later than I wanted to because StreamYard was trying to find the vertical stream that I deleted it. Lefty all around. Yes, I recognize you and your handle. I see you on Sakaris and Price. Morning, just incredible. Nice to see you. So let's get into this. The format of these morning shows is going to be slightly different. In the evening shows, post game, I usually talked about, I do the edge goal visualizer. Then I do look at the box scores, standings, and then some other thoughts on the game. For these morning after shows, I'm going to basically do 4 sections. What I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. YouTube, CCC OGs, remember that's how I did my post-game shows before, post-game recap. So what I liked, what I didn't like, one other thing about the game, and then a 4th section called What They Said, and that recaps some of the interviews that I heard. And that's the advantage of doing these morning shows is I have time to, especially for the late night home games, I don't always have time to listen to all the post-game and then comment on it during my actual 11 o'clock show. So that is the plan tonight. Again, the 4 sections will be what I liked, what I didn't like, one other thing, and what they said. So let's get into it. Canucks defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning last night, or actually it was yesterday afternoon. So it's kind of weird that my first morning show is actually after an afternoon game, not a night game. Again, it'll flow better as we go. But yes, the Canucks do defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-2 in Tampa. Game number 2 of their 3-game road trip. They got a point against Carolina and they beat Tampa Bay in regulation. So now they have 3 out of 4 points on this trip already. So we're not going to preview. We'll do a quick preview of today's game a bit later because it's a back-to-back. But let's talk about what I liked. Obviously, I liked the 5-goal explosion in the third period. And 3 of them were within a minute and a half in the first part of the third period. And then they shut down the Lightning for the rest of the day. So obviously, after a bad start to the game, which I'll get to hint in the next section, spoiler alert, yes, I was very happy with the Canucks' third period with that 5-goal explosion. So that's the first thing that I liked. The second thing I liked, Quinn Hughes returns to the lineup. I forgot to put in my fantasy lineup, which I'm so silly. I don't even know why. Even if he's missed a game, I should have never taken him off and put him in my bench. Anyways, that's my issue. I got to be better. Quinn Hughes, 4 assists, and just love the way he played. Love the way he Adam Foote, which I'll get to in a second, said that Hughes adapted his game as it went on, as they went against that Tampa Bay Lightning, 1-1-3 silly, boring system. But yes, Quinn Hughes, 4 assists. Some were primary. I think there might be 1 or 2 secondary. At least on that McEachern tip. But when he's at his best, he is creating. He is losing guys, making forwards look silly on the blue line. He's sweeping around the net like he did a couple times, led to at least one of the goals. So when he's at his best, he's also not forcing play. So I love Quinn Hughes. I think I love his game. I think he's almost at second place in defense and scoring, only behind Cale Makar now. Almost there, but he's missed 5 games already. So his points per game is right up there with Makar and Ghost Despair, that guy. So really love Quinn Hughes' game. So that's another thing I liked. And then I like to play with Kevin Lankinen. I thought that he was good. I thought that he definitely kept the team in the game, especially in the first period where they were outshot 13-1, and he was solid. And thank goodness, right, that we signed him last year in September, and thank goodness that he's here right now, given Thatcher Demko's recent injury. So those are among 3 things that I liked. I liked, obviously, the 5-goal explosion. I liked the play of Quinn Hughes. I liked the play of Kevin Lankinen. And I liked the special teams. The Canucks went 2 for 3 on the power play, and they killed off both of the Tampa Bay Lightning opportunities. So those are among the many things that I did like from yesterday's game. By the way, I realized that I got into this without doing this thing, because you can still do this, even though it's a morning channel. If you haven't, you can subscribe. You can like the video, like the fact that I got my tech to work, like the fact that Canucks won 6-2, like the fact that I'm trying these morning shows for, again, people that maybe the night show. It's funny. I was thinking, well, this will attract a whole new audience, but most of the people I see in the chat, not all, most of the people in the chat are actually people that were on my nighttime show as well. So I'm going to make sure that's different enough from last night's show. So like the fact that the Canucks won 6-2, and like the fact we're continuing to build an awesome community here. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, and you can use your monthly membership message. And I don't think I'm going to be putting these ones on podcast because I don't want it to get too cluttered. But you can certainly leave a donation, gift membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, and use your monthly membership message. Oh yeah, Irvin's asking, is it gonna be Loopy Clay? I'm not a morning person, so this is I'm not trying to sound like a hero or whatever. I'm choosing to do this, but it's not my morning stuff is not my cup of tea. So I'll probably mess up more in the morning, as you've already seen, than I will late at night at 11 or 11:30 at night. So those are 4 things that I liked. I liked the 5-goal explosion. I liked the Quinn Hughes' play, 4 assists. I liked Kevin Lankinen's play, 28 saves on 30 shots. And I love our special teams, 2 for 3 on the power play, 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. 3 things that I didn't like. Number 1, the first period. What was that? I wasn't watching. I was at a meeting for an event that I'm seeing this weekend. But I saw the tweets. I listened to the radio. 13-1. Adam Foote did say that they were having trouble adjusting to Tampa's 1-1-3 system, right? One forward in the neutral zone, one on the blue line, and then 3 players, 1 forward, 2 D men in the zone. The Canucks just weren't skating hard enough, and they weren't figuring out how to crack that. So that led to just one shot in the first period, and it looked like it was going to be it sounded like it was going to be a horrible, horrible game. So obviously the Canucks rectified that. Kudos to them, but we got to name a spade a spade. Call a spade a spade. I did not like that first period. I do not like seeing that one as the number one, one shot on goal in the first. Also didn't like that Connor Garland got hurt. It's not his fault. I'm not saying that I don't like Connor Garland. I'm saying I don't like the fact that he got hurt. Remember, he left the previous game or 2 games ago, but then came back, and then he missed a couple games in October. But yeah, he's not the biggest player. He's pretty durable, so it started to concern me that he's starting to miss a bit of time. But yes, he only played 4 minutes last night after getting that fight just 2 minutes in. He did fine. It wasn't really. It was a quick skirmish. But then Adam Foote did say that Connor Garland tweaked something, but he wasn't sure how serious it was. So I did not like the fact that Connor Garland only played 4 minutes yesterday. And I will say I didn't like Evander Kane's. I'll praise him when he does something well, and I will, like I will do with any players, I will not necessarily call him out, but I'll mention. And when I did my edge goal visualizer yesterday, we saw on the very first goal for Tampa that he was not checking Kucherov. That was his guy. As the left winger, or given that the 2D were tied up. Yeah, so I did not like that. I didn't like the fact that he left Kucherov wide open. Everyone else was manned or was marked, and then that's how Radish got that cross seam pass to Evander Kane. So that is one thing that I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that Evander Kane's defensive coverage, or lack thereof, on the very first goal. One other thing. This is interesting to me. David Kampf is now on this team. We claimed him off of waivers, 1 year, $1.1 million after Toronto Maple Leafs terminated his contract. There's simply no room in the Toronto Maple Leafs forwards. But with all our injuries, guess what? We have room. We have room. So he traveled to join the team yesterday. He is an option for today. So my one other thing is, does he play today and who does he replace? I guess that's 2 other things, but it's one topic. How's that? Because you could say, well, I don't want to mess with a winning lineup, right? So that's one thing. But you could also say, if Connor Garland is hurt, your only healthy scratch yesterday as a forward was Arshdeep Bains. So let's think this through. If Connor Garland is healthy, and we hope he is for the strength of the team, and the Canucks can do one of 2 things. They can keep the forwards the same because they say, "What if it ain't broke, don't fix it." Let's have Camp start with us or practice with us a couple times, and then maybe start with us on Thursday against Dallas at home. So if Connor Garland is healthy, you have a choice. You either keep the same lineup as last night, or you insert Cam Finn. Then the question is, and this goes the same if Connor Garland is hurt. You still got to make a roster spot because you're not going to put Connor Garland on IR yet unless he's really, really banged up. So no matter what, whether Garland plays or not, he's going to be on tonight's roster. So the question is then, who comes off for David Kampf? And before last night's game, I would have said easy. Mackenzie McEachran, good player, good guy, but hasn't done a lot. And you're probably going to get him through waivers. He's not waiver eligible, so you got to get him through waivers, but I don't think anyone's going to take him. So that would be the easiest thing, is to send Mackenzie McEachran down. But he got a goal and an assist yesterday, and Adam Foote really likes his game as a veteran. He called him stiff yesterday, an interesting adjective, but he called him stiff. So then the next one to me is Arshdeep Bains, because you're not going to send down Sasson. He's a center, and Carlson has played well. He's got goals in his past couple games. And then the only other really, O'Connor's really picked it up. He scored a goal again yesterday. So I think it's Arshdeep Bains. And if you do that, you have to, Arshdeep Bains is not waiver eligible, so he's got to get through waivers. And you might be saying, well, Clay, I think he will, and that's fine. So I don't think it's McEachran. I think it may be Bains. Or you have 8 defensemen. You have P.O. Joseph, and you have Mancini up with the big club, right? There's one extra forward Baines, there's 2 extra defensemen, Mancini and Joseph. Joseph requires waivers. You may or may not lose him, but I don't think he's done much this year. Mancini does not require waivers. So now that I think about it, especially if you're not sure about Garland's status, you could send Mancini down. He's not waiver eligible. Sorry, I should clarify when he did. This is a better way to put it. He doesn't need to go on waivers, so you can send Mancini down to Abbotsford without worrying about it. So maybe that's the safer play. If you're not sure about Garland, you can keep Baines and as a healthy scratch, and then I guess you still have to take someone out of the lineup though if you want Kempf to play. So it's not only you need a roster spot, but you also got to figure out who to bring him in for. Then that gets a little tricky. Do you sit Reichel for a game? Because he hasn't really done anything and he only had 11 minutes of ice time. Then your centers now are PD, Kempf, Sasson, and Ratu, whatever order you would put them on. Reichel gets shifted to the wing, and Reichel might get shifted right onto as a healthy scratch. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if Kempf plays, you could send Mancini down because he doesn't require waivers. And then you could actually park one of Reichel or McEachran. But I would park Reichel, give him he's played 12 straight games since he's been here. And then you can keep McEachran in the lineup. But I would love to hear what you guys think. I'll get to you guys in a second. Finally, what they said, Adam Foote talked about how the Canucks, after the first intermission, the veterans spoke up. The leadership group spoke up, and they said that they just got to do a better job of attacking and skating. Love to play Quinn Hughes, love to play Lankinen, love to play Mackenzie McEachran. Those are 3 guys that he singled out, although he was asked about 2 of them. No, I asked about all 3 of them, but at least that's what Adam Foote saw. But he was really proud, used the word resilient once again. That's his favorite word. And in essence, he talked about how they changed their approach after the game. After the first period. Quinn Hughes did a quick 1-minute one with Olivia McDonald. It was kind of funny. At least he was smiling and his hand is in his pocket the whole time. Not sure you guys noticed that. Pretty casual, but at least he was happy, smiling, and not bristling at questions. Mackenzie McEachran talked about how he's comfortable with this team. Good group of guys. Didn't know a lot of guys. Didn't get a chance to know a lot of guys. Short training camp. But he knew Max Sasson from earlier, and he's helped him a lot. And then you also had Jake DeBrusk talk about how, scoring on the power play a lot, needs to chip in on even strength, but that the veterans, the leadership group did challenge the team to play better in the second period, which we saw, and of course the third period, which was awesome. Then I had a chance to watch the Tampa Bay Lightning interviews. It was Chernak, it was Gensel, and it was Point, and they all said the same thing. They gave the Canucks credit. They especially gave Lankinen credit. They said the Canucks outplayed them in the last part of the game, but nothing new there. And then John Cooper was interesting. He was calm. You can tell he wasn't happy with his team's performance, and he went out of his way to give the Vancouver Canucks credit. He said that there was one team out there that played the full 60 and played like they wanted to win, and there's another team, obviously his team, that basically packed it in after the first 30 minutes of the game, and they got to realize that they got to play a full 60. So I always like listening to the opposing teams, not necessarily the players, but their coach. I especially like listening to him when the Canucks win. And then even when the Canucks lose, I like listening to the other team coach to see. It's not about giving the Canucks credit, but it's about just seeing what they say about our team, win or loss. And John Cooper was very, very complimentary of the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, Nick, I think that he could definitely... I think you healthy scratch him. You don't put him on waivers exactly because it will be difficult to send him down. That's a really, really good point. Okay, let's go mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll get to all your questions. I always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that's Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsors. The first one is Gassy Jack Art, creator of the wonderful artwork you see around me. Support him at GassyJackArt.com. We have Mulligan Golf Company, MLGNGolf.com, golfing apparel and accessories. Support them and their Black Friday sale. And my supporting sponsor, Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay. and receive a free pair of socks for your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Appreciate you that way. And don't forget, you can still subscribe, like the video. Looking for my first donation, the first donation ever for Clay M Canucks commentary, despite the technical difficulties. You leave a donation, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, or use your monthly membership message. My next show tonight, actually, I got to update this with all my Clay M shows, but next show is tonight. I got Canucks After Dark with Parker at 10, and then my own open house at 11:15. All right, let's get to your comments for the last 10 minutes of the show. I will highlight as many of them as I can. Comments and questions starting now. Yes, Cooper did reference the tortoise and the hare. We're obviously the tortoise, starting off so slow, and his team was the hare, starting off so quickly, but it was the tortoise that ends up winning. Yes, don't send Reichel down, put him in the press box. May I have your pillow? Yes, it's a nice pillow. Where is it? Right here. My nice pillow that's in my thumbnail. It's a very comfy pillow. It's a very long pillow. There, you can see it right there. Yeah, it's covers the whole top half of my body. But yes, I will get that to you somehow, some way, Mr. Jackie. Nick says, I expected it to happen because Reichel just wasn't working. Had one good run up in Chicago, but wasn't really developing. Yeah, and the Canucks wanted to develop him. They could be a depth forward for him, but yeah, maybe not as a center. That is for sure. Coach Rob, walking to work now. Thank you, Coach Rob. How long is the walk to work? I think it's pretty darn quick, right? I think Reichel is working out, or I think Reichel is working or not working, whatever way you look at it, out of the NHL. Oh, working his way out of the NHL. I thought you were saying he's working. Yeah, we will see. He's still young, but how long are they going to give him? Let's give some love to Swervin Yrvin, the first ever donation in Clay M Canucks history, Clay M Canucks commentary history, and I know he loves the couch video. I am loopy. I said couch. I meant bed video. That is the Christmas lights bed video. Thank you, Swervin Yrvin. Legendary Swervin Yrvin. $3 donation. First ever donation on Clay M Canucks commentary. And then he is taking the lead in the leaderboard by 100 points with that donation. By the way, another reason why I'm not doing the vertical streams, not only was it 2 different chats, even though all comments got to my StreamYard, so I could highlight both. So, but then people were in 1 or 2 chats, and then there's 2 different leaderboards, which is kind of weird, kind of confusing. And I actually contemplated just not having a chat, still running the vertical stream, not having a live chat, not having a leaderboard. But then, one of the other things that I would miss out is potential donations on the vertical stream. So I'm counting the vertical stream. It was a great 1-week experiment, but we're going horizontal all the way, baby. Good morning, Michael. Hope you're well. Nice to see you here in the morning. Yeah, there's a few lefty all around. Michael, I think this is a better time for Jackie, RSA as well. And I think there are a couple other people that I saw earlier in the stream that aren't always in the late night stream. So thank you everyone for being here, no matter if you're a regular, a newbie, or someone in between. Yeah, I was complimenting you. All right. Just because it's the morning doesn't mean that Dino doesn't drop a big dono. So let's give a shout out to Dino with the dono. Dino, I'm not sure Mother Mena is watching with you, but thank you, Dino and Mena. A big $14 donation. Makes sense. That's half of his usual donation at night, which you're so generous about. But this is going to be half the length of the show. So thank you, Dino, for your donation. Appreciate you. Let's get some love to Dino in the chat. Oh, you want to sleep? But wait a sec. Isn't it only 4? Is it only 4 in the morning over there? Sorry, 4 in the afternoon. 4 in the morning, you'd want to sleep. 4 in the afternoon, I'm not here to judge. Listening as I boil up the ravioli. Oh, that is my favorite dish at Cactus Club. Is a butternut squash ravioli. I don't think it's for his breakfast. I think he's talking about work, Jackie. I think. Shannon giving some hype to Dino. Dino and I love the video. Okay, so that's probably Mena. Yes, mom is in the house. Love Dino. Love Dino's mom, Mena. PL. This is exactly why I'm doing these shows. PL says, haven't been around in a while. Where have you been? Just kidding. Is this a new format? No more late night postgame lives? PL, I don't know if this is wise, strategic, or crazy. I'm doing both. So I'm still doing my late night lives 5 times a week, Sunday through Thursday. And then now, the morning after a Canucks game, so not every morning, but the morning after a Canucks game, I will do a quick half an hour show. So whereas the nighttime shows are an hour, these will be half an hour. So 7:45 to 8:15. I started 10 minutes late today because of a tech problem, but yes, 7:45 to 8:15 Pacific time. I will be doing shows the day after a Canucks game the previous day or night. I still got to figure out if I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday. I usually don't stream Saturday. I don't stream Friday night, Saturday night. But the Canucks play, I should probably pop in on Saturday or Sunday morning, but I admittedly might make those a tiny bit later on the weekends. And I do it this time. Obviously, I'm dressed for work right after this. Then I can go straight to work. But nice to see you, PL. Van Base, did they send outside North America? I think they do. Dino and Men, I hope you guys have a great day as well. And exactly, Michael. So I got another show tomorrow. Coffee and Clay. That's not bad. Even though I don't drink coffee, but everyone else does. I went with Clay M Canucks commentary because it's Clay in the AM. So Clay M. But nice to see you, Jacob. Hope you're doing well. All right. So it only takes you like 5 minutes to walk to work. Coach Robert, 5 to 10 minutes. Have a great day at work. I'll be wrapping up. We're actually at the 27-minute mark. So I'll be wrapping up in the next 5 minutes as well. So have a great day. I'll see you tonight on my show, Rob, hopefully. All right. So let's get for the last 5 minutes, let's get your take on last night's game. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. And tell me one other thing. You don't have to do all 3. You can choose one, but kind of make it obvious. I think I'll figure it out, but just give me your comments on last night's game, and you can do it. Yeah, what I liked, something you liked, something you didn't like, or one other thing. You're doing great. That is awesome. What's my breakfast? I don't eat breakfast. I probably should. I'm only drinking hot chocolate just to have something on the show. But usually don't eat breakfast. I can make my way to lunch, and then I'll usually figure out lunch. Interviewing Izzy. Nice. That's awesome for the PWA Vancouver Golden Knights. That's awesome. T and Clay. Keep it Asian. Well, we don't want to, propel too many cultural stereotypes on here. I think I do that enough already, naturally. Okay, let's go. Let's get your Canucks comments for the last 5 minutes. Swervin Yrvin starts us off. I like Sasson as 2C better than Reichel. Yeah, so maybe, in this lineup, who is the second C right now? Because Reichel only played 10:50, Ratu played 12:11, and Sasson played 14. So according to time on ice, Sasson was the second C, Ratu was the third, and Reichel was the fourth. So it'd be, I'd see Reichel getting booted to the wing or booted right to the press box. And then where will David Kampf? I could see them giving David Kampf second line minutes, but we'll see. That's kind of the interesting thing about how to look at how they're going to deploy Mr. David Kampf. All right, you guys, what else? There's a bunch of you in here, so I'd love to hear what you liked, what you didn't like. One other thing, whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you're watching on X. So Jacob, you're saying put Kemp as the 2C. Yeah, I think that's the way they're going to go as well. Kind of just maybe you catch lightning in a bottle. And Ratu and Sasson have been pretty good, actually. They haven't been great, but they haven't been poor. Reichel, I think, has been the only poor one. So Reichel is the one, like I said, who will get booted for sure. Oh, yeah. So I did a tweet that actually I'll show it to you guys. I got some decent traction on it. I was just having a little fun. But on the broadcast, they showed this. I'll show it to you guys right now real quick. And I just captured it because I thought it was pretty funny. I said, Evander Kane pointing to the scoreboard is all Canucks fans after a 5-goal third period. So it's 6-2. He's pointing the scoreboard. And then, of course, There are a couple. I don't want to get in trouble here. There are a couple. So here's three comments, except he had zero to do with it. The 6-2 win, to which someone, a Bud Jacket, replied, have you considered crying about it? This is the beauty of X, right? And then someone says, see, we here because I didn't take no stupid penalties tonight or chased anyone around the ice like the fool that disrespected me the other night. You hear? And then McEachran does everything that, okay, I won't show that one. So, yes, he was chirping. It was right after one of the Lightning players went after Carlson, and there's that small brouhaha beside the bench. Then they're sorting out all the penalties with 30 seconds left. And then Kane was chirping with a Lightning player, and he basically pointed at the scoreboard, which is pretty funny. So that was the deal. Jackie says Kemp ain't good enough to be a 2C. That's fair. No disagreement, but I think they're going to put him there. No, I did not say at all that Kemp doesn't want to be in Vancouver, because why? Then he wouldn't have signed here, right? No, he wants to be here. Apparently, he was down to a couple teams. I believe it was Vancouver, Montreal were among the final 3 teams, and he chose Vancouver. If it was Vancouver, Montreal, I'm surprised that he didn't go to Montreal given their potential, but I don't know. Maybe I know the Canucks have been interested in Kemp before. Pointing like it was the WrestleMania sign. Yeah, after they win the Royal Rumble, they just point. I love that. You never mentioned, well, I only got half an hour, Yrvin, and I started late. Yes, the coach's challenge. Great point. That was a good challenge. It was 4-2 Canucks. We thought that Tampa may have tied it 4-3, but then they found a high stick. That happened much earlier in the play. And that's a risky play, right? Because if you're wrong, the Tampa has just made it 4-3, and then they go on a power play. But instead, the coach's challenge went the right way for the Canucks. And that goal was erased and basically sealed the deal for the Canucks. So there. Thank you, Swervin Yrvin. Actually, maybe I should have put that under what I liked as well. Okay, we're at the 32-minute mark. I'll go for 2 more minutes, you guys. These ones I want to be 30 to 35 minutes. Clay needs more Chat needs more coffee. Yeah, they're a little sleepy today, but that's okay. What time does your second job start? And are you a pack a lunch guy? Well, I only have one job. So YouTube, I don't consider a job. It's a little passion project of mine. I make, a small little bit thanks to your donations and memberships. But no, my real job is working for the Catholic Archdiocese of Vancouver. Want to be there by 9 tonight. Today I might be a couple minutes late because I started late, but generally I work a lot of nights and weekends, so they don't freak out if I come in a few minutes after 9. So that's why I want to do 7:15 to 8:15. I might do 7:30 to 8 if it works better, but I think 8 to 8:30 is too late. But yeah, 7:45 is a bit of a weird time, right? But maybe it kind of sticks in people's head. Although this Friday I'll have to do 7:30 because of an early start on Friday, but we will worry about that later. Okay, so maybe there are too many people walking to work or just waking up. Not a lot of chat, but that's okay. This was the first show. I'm happy with how it went despite the 10-minute delay, and I'm happy that so many of you are here. So let's wrap up here. Thank you to my sponsors, Van City Express Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blinky Choi, legendary Swervin Yrvin, and legendary Andrew Chang, and to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Thanks for your support, and thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. Thanks to everyone who went above and beyond. Swervin Yrvin with the first ever Clay M Canucks commentary dono, $3 from legendary Swervin Yrvin, and Dino and Mother Mena with a very generous $14 as well. Add it all up, and on the fictional leaderboard, the winner is Dino with 575 points, followed by Swervin Yrvin with 175, and then a bunch of you with 75 points. Don't forget my next show tonight, Canucks After Dark at 10, and then I'll be doing an open house at 11:15. So if you want to do what I do and show your face and get your voice heard on my show, now will be the chance to do it. Okay, would love your feedback. You can leave it in the chat or as a comment or message me. You can find me wherever on any social or at canuckclay@gmail.com. Gonna smooth out the technical difficulties for tomorrow, but I think this was a good start. And yes, Shannon, I will thank James for you. Even though, you could have just not watched it, right? I'm just teasing you, Shannon. I know that you were a big advocate of the horizontal stream for sure. And that's the way I'm going to go going forward. So as always, thank you, everyone. And now I can say this. I hope you have a great day at work or at school or at both or at neither, whatever you do. I hope you have a great day doing it. And I can't wait to see you tonight, 10 o'clock for Canucks After Dark and 11:15 for Clay's Canucks commentary. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And speaking of mornings, did I tell you that I renamed my toilet Jim instead of John? Yes, people say they go to the John, but I renamed John as Jim because people are really impressed when I tell them I go to the gym every single morning. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.